Have you ever played a game that seemed simple on the surface, a straightforward experience, but then slowly, almost imperceptibly, revealed layers of hidden secrets and profound mysteries beneath its sleek, polished design? For me, that game is undoubtedly Slip and Skid, the crazy car racing game that has absolutely exploded in popularity, trending wildly across gaming platforms with nearly 1 million views and counting. It presents itself as a vibrant, high-octane racer, all about speed and precision, but beneath that veneer lies a cryptic narrative, a deep lore waiting to be unearthed. Think of it like an ancient artifact, beautiful on the outside, but holding an untold history within its very structure. This isn't just about crossing the finish line first, it's about understanding the world you're racing through, a world far more complex than it initially lets on. As I delved deeper into the seemingly straightforward world of Slip and Skid, pushing past the initial thrill of the races, I started to notice increasingly strange and unsettling occurrences. It wasn't just my imagination, these were concrete, repeatable phenomena. For instance, there was a faint, yet undeniably eerie glow emanating from the track's boundaries, particularly noticeable during night races, almost like an arcane energy field contained just beyond the asphalt. It wasn't just a visual effect, it felt like a presence. Then there was the unexplained rumble, a low, guttural vibration that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at the same time, often coinciding with specific turns or sections of certain tracks. It wasn't the sound of engines or tires, it was deeper, more resonant, like the earth itself was groaning. These weren't random glitches, they felt deliberate, like breadcrumbs left for the truly observant player, hints of a reality beyond the race. Now, here's where the narrative truly gets interesting. Shifting from observation to active investigation, the game's developers, usually quite communicative about updates and new content, have been remarkably tight-lipped about these specific phenomena. Their silence has only fueled a fervent wave of speculation among the dedicated fan base, sparking countless theories about the true nature of Slip and Skid. Some players, adopting a more pragmatic view, chalk it up to simple glitches, programming errors that were overlooked in development, or perhaps even placeholder assets that were never fully removed. However, a growing faction believes these aren't errors at all, but rather intentional hints at a larger, more complex universe, a narrative hidden just beneath the surface of the fast-paced racing action. They see these anomalies as deliberate design choices, signposts pointing towards a deeper lore, much like the subtle environmental storytelling found in games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, where every detail contributes to an overarching, enigmatic story. As I dug deeper into the community discussions and fan theories, pursuing every lead like a digital detective, I eventually stumbled upon an obscure, almost hidden forum thread. This wasn't a mainstream discussion board, it was a niche corner of the internet where a few brave and technically proficient players had decided to take matters into their own hands. They weren't just speculating, they were actively investigating the game's code, meticulously combing through lines of programming, searching for any hidden messages, encrypted files, or subtle clues that might explain the strange happenings within Slip and Skid. Their dedication was akin to archaeologists sifting through ancient ruins, looking for a forgotten language or a lost artifact. They hypothesized that if these phenomena were indeed intentional, then their origins must be embedded within the game's very DNA, waiting to be decrypted and understood. But that initial discovery of the code-diving forum was only the beginning of a much grander revelation. The more I meticulously explored every corner of the game, paying attention to details I'd previously overlooked, the more I realized that Slip and Skid is not just sprinkled with, but absolutely full of subtle hints and deliberate references to a mysterious, underlying narrative. It's woven into the very fabric of the game's aesthetic. Consider the names of the tracks themselves: Ethereum Ascent, Stygian Drift, Olympus Raceway. These aren't just catchy titles, they seem to be directly inspired by ancient myths and legends, evoking images of divine realms, underworld rivers, and legendary battlegrounds. Even more striking are the designs of the cars themselves. Beyond their sleek, futuristic exteriors, many appear to be subtly modeled after mystical creatures from various mythologies. Imagine a car with the flowing lines of a celestial dragon, or another with aerodynamic spoilers resembling the feathered wings of a phoenix, or perhaps the aggressive silhouette of a chimera. These aren't just cosmetic choices, they're narrative threads, hinting at a world where myth and machine are inextricably linked. One of the most intriguing and truly mind-bending discoveries I made during my deep dive was the presence of a hidden Easter egg track, a secret location that isn't found through normal gameplay progression. This track is accessible only by inputting a very specific, arcane sequence of buttons and controls, a combination that feels less like a cheat code and more like a ritual invocation. This clandestine track, which the community has affectionately dubbed the Lost Highway, is an experience unlike any other in the game. It is perpetually shrouded in an otherworldly, thick mist, a dense fog that seems to absorb light and sound, creating an atmosphere of profound isolation. The visual aesthetic is complemented by an ethereal soundtrack, a haunting symphony of ambient tones and distant, echoing melodies that seems to actively transport players to another dimension, a place beyond the conventional racing circuits. It's not just a track, it's a portal. As I cautiously explored the Lost Highway, pushing deeper into its enigmatic depths, the sense of mere mystery transformed into one of profound narrative significance. significance. I began to notice strange, cryptic messages etched directly into the scenery, not just graffiti, but ancient-looking symbols and archaic script carved into crumbling pillars, weathered stone walls, and even the very asphalt beneath my tires. These weren't random, they formed coherent, albeit fragmented, warnings. Some passages spoke of an impending catastrophe, a cataclysmic event that threatened to unravel reality itself, perhaps even the world of slip and skid. Others contained tantalizing references to an ancient, advanced civilization that had not only existed within this game's universe but had also mastered the incredibly complex art of time travel. Imagine the implications: a civilization capable of traversing temporal currents, perhaps even influencing events across different eras. These messages weren't just lore, they felt like urgent dispatches from a forgotten past, or perhaps even a looming future, meant to be discovered by those brave enough to seek them out. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: maybe these are just the ramblings of a few enthusiastic fans, driven to elaborate conclusions by too many late nights spent immersed in the game. Perhaps you're picturing me, a caffeine-fueled player seeing patterns where none exist, falling prey to apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. But the more I delved into every facet of the world of slip and skid, referencing observations, analyzing community findings, and meticulously piecing together every clue, the more I became absolutely convinced that there's something far more profound at play here. This isn't just a collection of coincidences or programming quirks. There's a deliberate, overarching narrative, a hidden layer of storytelling that transcends the boundaries of a simple racing game. It's a carefully constructed enigma, designed to reward the curious and persistent player with a deeper, richer understanding of its universe, much like the intricate lore of a high-fantasy novel hidden within a fast-paced action movie. But what does it all truly mean? What is the ultimate purpose behind these veiled messages, these hidden tracks, and the mythological undertones? Is Slip and Skid simply a brilliantly designed game with an incredibly rich, optional lore, or is it something far more significant, a gateway to a larger, more complex universe that extends beyond the digital confines of the game itself? Could it be a precursor to a larger franchise, or even an interactive narrative experiment unlike anything we've seen before? The truth is, we may never know for sure. The ultimate answers might forever remain shrouded in mystery, a testament to the developer's genius in creating such an enduring enigma. However, the very journey of discovery, the thrill of uncovering each new piece of the puzzle, the collaborative effort of the community to decipher its secrets, that's precisely what makes this game so utterly fascinating and deeply engaging. It transforms players into active participants in an unfolding mystery, rather than mere consumers of content. As I concluded my extensive journey into the hidden world of Slip and Skid, reflecting on every strange rumble, every cryptic message, and every shared theory, I realized something profound. The true magic of this game lies not just in its exhilarating racing mechanics, its stunning graphics, or even its deep, hidden lore, but in something far more intangible. It's in the powerful sense of community and shared discovery that it fosters among its players. From the initial whispers of strange phenomena to the collaborative efforts of code, divers and lore keepers, Slip and Skid has brought people together. It's a testament to how a game can transcend its primary function and become a platform for collective exploration, intellectual curiosity, and genuine human connection. It's a shared adventure, a communal quest for knowledge, proving that the most compelling mysteries are often those we solve together. So, if you're ready to embark on your own thrilling journey of discovery, to peel back the layers and uncover the hidden secrets and profound mysteries that lie beneath the surface of Slip and Skid, then I wholeheartedly invite you to join me on this wild ride. Let's explore the uncharted territories of this crazy car racing game together, delving into its lore, deciphering its codes, and experiencing the thrill of collective revelation. Don't just play the game, understand its universe. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into gaming lore and want to stay updated on more hidden stories, cryptic clues, and fascinating mysteries from the world of gaming, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with fellow enthusiasts, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep the spirit of discovery alive.